What do you know about money? How trade was done when there was no money, and how money helps to trade better. Hi, this is Digant Chadda from Coinsutra.com. Welcome to our series Money Basics. Today we will discuss and simplify the most widely known concept, money. To understand money, we first need to understand something that existed before money, the necessity that led to the invention of money, the barter system. Before 3000 BC, barter was the only prominent way of exchange of goods and services between strangers. Barter can simply be termed as exchange of goods or services with another goods or services without any medium of exchange, such as money. For example, John needs a sandwich and has a banana to offer, so he needs to find out a person who needs banana in exchange for a sandwich. Sometimes it may be difficult to find out a person who has what you want and wants what you have. In that case, an exchange may involve more than two people. This can be termed as an indirect exchange. The system has some inherent problems, such as you need a double coincidence of wants where both the parties should need what the other party is offering. There is no measure of value, like one sandwich should be equal to how many bananas. The exchange needs to be immediate and payment cannot be deferred. Storing the goods that you are offering may be difficult. All the above problems are solved by money to a great extent. So what is money? Money is a medium of exchange. It can be any item or a verifiable record that is generally accepted as payment of goods or services and repayment of debts. William Stanley Jevons, in his book Money and Mechanism of Exchange, provided the four functions of money. Money is a matter of function 4, a medium, a measure, a standard, a store. Let's understand these functions. A medium. Money is a medium of exchange. It can be used to intermediate exchange of goods and services. It resolves the problem of coincidence of wants of a barter system. A measure. Money is a common measure of value or a unit of account. It acts as a standard measure and a common denomination of trade. For example, 1 liter of milk is equals to $1. A standard. Money can be used as a standard of deferred payments. It can be used to settle debts because money would hold the same value in future as it holds now if we ignore the effects of inflation. A store. Money is a store of value. It retains its value for a long period of time and is not perishable. Use of money started somewhere around 5000 BC, and all these years it has went into a number of transitions. Based on chronological order, money can be classified as commodity money, representative money, and fiat money. Commodity money was first used in 5000 BC. It is a type of good or commodity that functions as money. These goods have a value or use in themselves known as intrinsic value. These goods are durable, portable, and easy to store. For example, gold, silver, copper, salt, silk, cocoa, etc. During 10th century, with development of trade and commerce, there was a need for a better solution, the representative money. Representative money is a paper or any other item that represents something of value. It is also known as commodity-backed money. For example, gold and silver certificates. It does not have any intrinsic value of its own, but represents something of value such as gold or silver. This led to the establishment of the first international monetary system, the gold standard, in late 19th century. Under this system, a standard unit of currency was based on a fixed quantity of gold. We will discuss the gold standard in detail in our next video. Make sure you don't miss it. Representative money could be printed only to the extent it was backed up by the gold reserves. Therefore, value of a currency was mostly fixed and it was not prone to inflation. The system was almost a perfect monetary system till it was disrupted by the First World War. By 1971, representative money was mostly replaced with a new form of money as the US government disassociated US dollar with the value of gold. This led to the inception of a new form of money, the fiat money. Fiat money can be any money declared by a government to be a legal tender. For example, in 2016, Indian government discontinued rupee 500 note to be a legal tender. Thus, a 500 rupee note was no longer a money. Fiat money is prone to inflation and its value may fluctuate with time. So let us conclude, what is money? Money is a belief system. It has value because people believe it to be valuable. It is valuable because we want it, and we want it only because it gets us the desired goods or services. Finally, money enables us to focus on development of one particular skill which can be used to earn money. Subsequently, this earned money can be used to purchase anything we desire, thus forming the backbone of today's trade and economy. I hope this video gave you some more insights to your knowledge of money. For more such informative videos, subscribe to our channel and follow us on various social media platforms mentioned below. I'll see you in our next lesson. Till then, goodbye.